Did you know some places in America are so remote that they feel completely cut off from the rest of the world? Here are the 10 most isolated places in the United States, and you won't believe the #1 spot is hidden beneath 3,000-foot cliffs, where people lived almost completely cut off from the outside world for over a century. At number 10 is Monovie, Nebraska. It is one of America's strangest towns, with a population of just one person. Elsie Eiler is the only resident, keeping the town officially alive. At number 9 is Whittier, Alaska. About 200 people live here. This town is famous for the fact that most of its residents live in Bigot Towers, a 14-story building. At number 8 is Supai, Arizona. Hidden deep inside the Grand Canyon, this village has around 500 residents and is about 140 miles from Flagstaff. At number 7 is Angle Inlet, Minnesota, with about 100 residents. It is geographically isolated from Minnesota and requires crossing into Canada to reach it. At number 6 is Stehekin, Washington. Home to about 100 residents, the town is about 110 miles from Seattle. Situated at the end of Lake Chelan and surrounded by mountains, it is accessible only by boat, plane, or hiking trails. At number 5 is Tangier Island, Virginia. Around 400 people live on this island in Chesapeake Bay, about 65 miles from Norfolk. There are no bridges connecting it to the mainland, and erosion is slowly shrinking the island. At number 4 is Greenbank, West Virginia, home to around 150 residents. It sits inside the 13,000 square mile National Radio Quiet Zone. At number 3 is Boulder, Utah, with around 200 residents. Boulder is about 180 miles from Salt Lake City and sits in one of Utah's most remote regions. At number 2 is Little Diomede, Alaska. This island community has about 80 residents and is located about 130 miles from Nome. And at number 1 is a community with fewer than 100 residents, hidden beneath cliffs nearly 3,000 feet high. Beginning in 1866, it became an isolated settlement for people with Hansen's disease and remained cut off from the outside world for more than 100 years. This place is Kalaupapa, Hawaii.